Sad news, everybody. Another missing girl here in Midland. It just seems like it never ends. Here, I did a Facebook post on here. I got a couple pictures. It says, why won't the police look in the underground homes? I think that's a really fair question. What if these young girls were taken down to the underground homes? I have reason to believe those bunkers are connected with huge parties where girls are forced to prostitute and murdered if they refuse. Parties that had high-level police at them. Sheriff candidate Joe Lozano said that the late Sheriff Gary Painter used to hide out or hang out in the underground homes on a recorded phone call. Multiple other people are also documented saying they're here. Based on Google Maps and other clues, I believe that one of the underground homes is located in my backyard behind the Midland Home Depot store, and I believe I know where two others are located. I was told there were 4 3-bedroom homes that were put in for the Bushes in the 80s. They were called the Safe House Project, and the engineering contractor was PBK. A CAD programmer that worked for them was named Layla O'Brien. Layla said that the cost of the project on permit was $7.35 million and they were finished in 1987. Julia Weidman drove to Midland from Dallas to look at the permits, and she was told by James Rawls, who works for the city of Midland, that all of the records were accidentally deleted. How convenient. How convenient when we got missing girls and all the records are deleted. This one on the left, she's from Midland. I think this one's from Denison. 2 Texas girls recently went missing. And here was a Facebook post I shared. Said, join me in a prayer for these 2 missing girls and their families. Let me just jump in on some of the proofs that I posted just specifically for these missing girls. The first one was a short clip of the video where Sheriff Joe Lozano was secretly recorded during the election for Midland Sheriff, saying our last sheriff used to hide out in these underground homes. Gary Painter. Okay. Rhonda Denman Rogers told me that underground facility is a half block away. She didn't say 2.5 blocks. She knows exactly where it's located. Why don't the police ask her? Right around a half block away is a home right here around the corner on Westmont Court. Had the same mortar problem my home had. Also has a water well right there. And here's where Rhonda Denman Rogers says, I know it's a half block away. She knows the underground facility is a half block away. So police could ask her if they were really trying to solve these missing girl cases and the murders and all the other crime and corruption that's going on. I showed Homeland Security agent Paul Cervantes where I believe a tunnel was located that's used by the people going to the underground home in my backyard. I suspected this was the tunnel used by the young girl who refused to prostitute and was then murdered at a 2010 oil show party. 2 weeks later, the ground was dug up and concrete was poured there. Why don't the police ask DSH agent Paul Cervantes where the underground homes are located? Maybe he has information on these missing girls. Let me show you. I found it on old Google Earth. You can see where the ditch was cut coming out of the back of Home Depot, aimed directly at my house. In the backyard's one of the underground homes. I believe the people going to the big parties were parking in front of Home Depot, going underground that store, and then using that tunnel to come back this way. 11 police were caught on camera inside my home and staged in the crime scene after I was shot by somebody in my home with my phone line cut. And then proof was found showing that 5 Midland police officers, Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, were under my home on the night I was shot by somebody under my home. Obviously, these officers know about the underground homes, so why don't legitimate police ask them where they're located at? Okay, they were under my home on the night somebody under my home shot me. This first column is the people identified by the private investigator that collected the $2,000 reward money. Them secret police were secret for 6 years. Okay, this right here is from the police report, the heavily falsified police report. Just multiple instances showing that it was falsified. You know, I mean, even the people caught on camera don't match what's on the police report. You know, that's all there is to it. It doesn't match what the private investigator was paid. You know, he could be sued, lose his business if he lied. You know who's lying is the police. That's who's lying. And this is the police report for the second entry into my home. The common one there looks like a Rosie Rodriguez and maybe Dylan Hale. Another lady told me to go look up my address on Google Maps, and when I did, I saw a large building in my backyard on the map screen. Could not be seen on the satellite screen. Obviously, this is one of the underground homes and maybe where those 2 girls were taken. I then contacted the city of Midland and told them that multiple people are now documented as saying that tunnels and underground homes are here, and supporting evidence was found on Google Maps. A week later, this was deleted from Google Maps. Somebody was trying to cover up the crimes and murders connected with these underground homes. But thankfully, I took screenshots of it before they deleted it, before I contacted the city of Midland and said, hey, look here, here's proof on Google Maps, and it got deleted. Tisha Ann Wilkinson Brumley, she wrote me, she says, I've had friends been involved in those oil show parties. They're exactly what you say. They are in underground homes. And then you can see here on the satellite screen, you can't see anything, but on the map screen, you see a large building in my backyard. Well, that's one of the 4 underground homes. That's where they're having the parties. That's where they're forcing young girls to prostitute. The high-level police were there. I believe probably Painter was at those parties. Sheriff Painter. I recorded this lady telling me there were 4 3-bedroom underground homes buried at least 25 foot deep and each costing over $1 million. As you will hear, she told me they were having pizza or pedophile parties down there. We're not going to play it, but it's there on my YouTube channel under $1 Million Underground Facilities. This woman told me that the word around town is that there's an underground game room or casino where the high officials go. That would be a moneymaker, right? Is our police taking bribes to cover up the crimes and murders connected with these underground homes? Is that why they won't expose the underground homes even when we have multiple missing girls? Okay, and this is another lady, I kept her anonymous for her own safety, said word here in Midland, there's a game room here that all the high officials go to, and you know, bet money, and you know, win money and whatever else is they do down there, such as forced prostitution, right? That's what she's talking about. Okay, here's one girl that went missing several years ago. She traveled to Midland from Reno, never seen again. Caitlin Dennison, long suspected it's connected to human trafficking, but not one of the 30 girls that the police just found here, you know, after this one missing girl. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Here's another girl went missing. She come in on a bus from Pennsylvania, I think, to Midland, never seen again. Her, you know, I think on one of her last phone calls, it says Crystal also told them she believed that she was potentially going to be involved in sex trafficking, and she was with 4 men and 4 women, and the women were not allowed to talk to each other, okay? And I wonder if she was taken down to the underground homes where they forced girls to prostitute. My home has a weird mortar problem that I believe was caused by digging under the home and disturbing the foundation. And I found 2 other homes in my neighborhood with the same problem. These 2 homes also had water wells, and my neighbor has a water well on the other side of the fence across from the underground home in the backyard. With these clues, I believe that I've now found 3 of the 4 underground homes where young girls were forced to prostitute under the threat of death. Okay, here's the Home Depot store here. Here's my home. You already seen the tunnel went straight over to my home. Half block away over here, Westmont Court's another home, same mortar problem, got a water well. I think that's probably one of the other underground homes is located. And then here across from the Fairmont Park Church of Christ is another home on Fairgreen Court. And once again, same mortar problem, same thing. So that'd be 3 of the 4 underground homes. And here, I just got this off of Facebook. It was an update on this missing girl from Denison, okay? And this mom is crying out for, you know, thanking everybody for the help and trying to find her 15-year-old daughter. And, you know, so she's not local to Midland, but it's another Texas missing girl. And who knows if she was taken underground, because it seems like if they're taken underground, there ain't nothing else you can do. The police are covering up the crimes and murders connected with the underground homes and tunnels. Authorities are looking for a 21-year-old girl. This is the girl that is missing from Midland right here. Her name is Madeline Molina Pantoja. Was last seen around 11 p.m. on May 10th at the home on West Francis in Midland. And that's another missing girl. Maybe she was taken underground. And okay, and then at the same time, all this publicity about these missing girls are calling for the police to expose the underground homes. You know, everybody's saying, why don't you look in the underground homes? And the police are going, no, y'all look over here. Y'all look over here. And look for these. And a news story comes out about 30 children found in Midland, Odessa, human trafficking. trafficking bust. Is that incredible? You know, of course, no names, addresses, nothing. You know, we don't know where it was at. We don't know if they found in attics or underground or whatever. But that was Texas DPS. But the one thing we know for a fact, they ain't looking in the underground homes, and the crimes and murders and that has police involvement are still going on. This is Buddy, Midland, Texas.